Namaste दोस्तों. Today's topic is flue gas desulfurization, commissioning and operation. To save the environment and reduce emissions from power sector, India has made some commitments in Conference of the Parties 21, which was held in Paris in December 15. The commitments are: India intends to reduce the emissions intensity of its GDP by 33 to 35% by 2030 from 2005 level. To achieve about 40% cumulative electric power installed capacity from non-fossil fuel based energy resources by 2030 with the help of transfer of technology and low-cost international finance. And last is introducing new, more efficient and cleaner technologies in thermal power generation. Further, to reduce emissions from thermal power stations, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change has added 3 more parameters in addition with suspended particulate matter, which are SOx, NOx and mercury, and issued new environmental norms in December 2015. These are the emission limit from stacks of all thermal power plants in India. Here we can see in the table that there are variation in the emission limit in different thermal power plants as per their installation date. Type of FGD. Currently, FGD system is of two types, wet FGD and dry FGD. There are 3 kinds of variation in wet FGD: open spray tower, tray absorber and seawater absorber. And there are 2 kinds of variations in dry FGD: spray dryer absorber and circulating dry scrubber. End product for open spray tower and tray absorber is gypsum, and end product for spray dryer absorber and circulating dry scrubber is sulphite. This is the basic layout of spray tower absorber. It is divided into 4 parts: flue gas handling system, limestone handling system, absorber or oxidation system, and gypsum handling system. Here we can see flue gas coming out from the ESP enters into the tower. Limestone, after crossing into the ball mill, enters into the tower from the bottom. Water is sprayed by the spray header, so limestone turns into lime slurry. Lime slurry reacts with flue gas and hence sulfur free flue gas come out from the tower and release into the atmosphere through chimney. This is the complete layout of spray tower absorber system of a thermal power plant which is under commissioning of FGD system. This is the complete process flow diagram of spray tower FGD which have been shown in the last slide. Flue gas flow. Flue gas from ID fan, next to booster fan, next to gas air heater, next absorber tower, next again gas air heater, and next to flue gas to chimney. Limestone and gypsum flow. First, limestone unloading hopper, next belt conveyor, next limestone crusher house, next crushed limestone in silo, next ball mill, next lime slurry in reagent feed tank, next slurry in absorber tank, next spray pumps, next slurry to spray nozzle, gypsum bleed pump, next classifier, next belt conveyor, and at last gypsum at stack area. This is the chemical reaction which takes place in the absorber tower. Limestone CaCO3 reacts with SO2 in presence with air and water. Then gypsum form and sulfur free flue gas exits from the tower. Commissioning and operation of FGD increases the expenses of the plant. It increases capital cost. APC percentage increases nearby 1%. Consumption of limestone increases the cost, and also O&M expenses of the plant increases. Apart from those expenses, there are some more challenges which have to face by the all plant after commissioning of FGD. Those are: increase in tariff due to installation and operation of FGD. Spare and critical equipments are low in numbers but sourced from different countries. Lack of confidence among cement industries for use of FGD produced gypsum. Alternate use of gypsum in case of default by cement industries. Operation of FGD at low plant load and at low sulfur coal. Achieving zero liquid discharge. Enhancement of limestone and gypsum storage capacity. Retaining the trained manpower in view of FGD expansion across the country, and increase of truck movement may hamper the safety of the plant. So thank you guys. See you in next video.